people are getting around triggering each other because they're in the head, in the ego. Okay, so when you can recognize, okay, what the ego is, because you're not the ego, you're the pure awareness. So when I say that you're pure awareness, you can recognize that these thoughts are going on and these delusions are going on in your head, right? So if you can recognize that, that's your awareness, that's you, that's your spirit. So when you start to really scan the ego and start to recognize what's the ego and what you are as pure consciousness, pure awareness, you start to realize that every single trigger, every time you're being triggered, is because you're in your ego, you're in your head. And this is how you properly heal those deep wounds, those abandonment wounds, those childhood wounds, all of those deep wounds. That's how you heal them, because then you're the observer of whatever's coming up for you, the emotion that's coming up for you, the emotion, because emotion, my friends, emotions are just energy, okay? Emotion. So energy comes up, someone triggers you, okay? You're able to recognize, oh, I'm being triggered, okay? Observe it. Observe that ego, observe it, and that emotion, that energy will process and be out. That's how you clear the blocks. You clear the blocks. To ascend, you got to clear the blocks. You can't remain in your head, in your ego, if you choose to ascend. Ascension is a conscious walk. So can you choose to get around more consciously? So when people are out and about and people are triggering each other, you see, just witness, just watch people, watch your family, who, for example, or watch, you know, your neighbors or people in your community, how they are just acting so volatile and acting unconsciously because they are operating from their ego still. Yeah, they're still operating from their ego. You diffuse the ego from running more stories and delusions around a certain scenario, but you have to take a step back and you have to breathe and anchor yourself in the present moment, because all we have is this now moment. Yesterday's done. Tomorrow doesn't exist. All we have is this now moment. So bring yourself back to pure awareness, back to presence, because that's you, your pure awareness, your consciousness, your energy, your spirit, embodied in a human vessel, having a human experience, what I'm trying to say. So you have to stay sharp. You have to stay onto it. Focus. Focus. And the more that you do this, okay, you merge more with your spirit. You merge more with your spirit. You're multi-dimensional. That's what you are. You're multi-dimensional. You are so powerful. You are so powerful. We're brought into this world, okay? Call it like this, with amnesia, because you forgot how powerful you were, and then we're raised in schools and all these systems out there that made us think otherwise. A lot of brainwashing happened, put it that way, okay? A lot of stuff happened along the way to make us forget who we are, okay? And eventually, on the new earth, this is the stuff that's going to be taught in schools to our children. So the children will grow up conscious and make conscious choices and get around in a place of unity. Because what about division and separation? Kids are taught racism, right? Kids are taught divide and separation. Okay, it's not who we are. That's not innate who we are. We operate from a heart space. This is a new earth frequency. When we come back in and we operate from our heart space, the portal to ascension is through your heart space. Okay, it's not another world that's out externally. New earth is a world that you cultivate within, because when you're cultivating that frequency within, everything externally is going to change and shift for you. I promise you that. Okay, everything externally will change and shift for you when you cultivate that frequency within. You cultivate that love frequency by coming into your heart. Then your heart opens more and more, and you expand your heart, and you end up with more compassion. This is how you get to a place where you can forgive people. Where you can forgive people you never thought you'll be able to forgive. I'm telling you now. And your vibration rises, and you merge more with your spirit, and you tap back inwardly into your power, because you are so powerful. You're magical. You're a magician. You're an alchemist. You're a healer. You're a shaman. We are magical beings. Remember who you are. Do you remember who you are? Okay? Slow down. Take a breath. Come inwardly. Recognize how the ego is pulling you. Recognize how the ego is making you hate on someone. Recognize how the ego just wants you to react. Someone's triggered you. Okay, take a step back. You don't have to react. You can choose to respond. You can choose to react. If you're unsure in that moment, just take a step back and pause. Just pause. Take a step back. Allow your higher self to work through you. Don't let your ego dominate you. your higher self will work through you. Then you'll know exactly what to do. You'll know exactly how to approach a certain situation. And in that process, deep healing is going to take place, because you're going to realize, oh wow, okay, this here had been triggered within me, because this is something that, okay, this is some old ass energy that's been blocked up inside me, that's been triggered in me, for me to now view it, for me to now process it, for me to now look at it from a different lens, from a different perspective. Boom, clear the block. You've just shifted another octave up in frequency. That's what I'm trying to say. One love, friend. See you soon.